Who was found dead in the woods on September 4th, 2012, at 5:35 p.m., prompting a call to the Yonkers Police Department about a suspicious package. What significant events unfolded during the investigation, and why did the case go cold? In June 2023, who received a 20-year-to-life prison sentence for killing Pamela Graddick, and what emotional statement was made during the court proceedings? What happened to Wendy August in 1987, and what was the crucial evidence that led to a recent arrest in her case? Hi and welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, please consider subscribing, as it helps us motivate to create more intriguing content for you. Let's have a look at the 3 cold cases finally solved after endless efforts. On September 4th, 2012, at 5:35 p.m., the Yonkers Police Department received a call reporting the discovery of a suspicious package in the woods. Upon arriving at the scene, first responders made a grim discovery: a decomposing body wrapped in a large black garbage bag. The investigation swiftly shifted into the hands of detectives from the department's Major Case Squad and Crime Scene Unit, who determined the victim to be a 26-year-old woman named Pamela Graddick from the Bronx. Evidence revealed that Pamela had suffered 2 gunshot wounds outside of Yonkers before her body was concealed in the woods. The early focus of the investigation was on Wanda Vejia, Pamela's girlfriend and apartment mate, who claimed that Pamela had vanished over a weekend, though her belongings remained. With Pamela's absence from work on that fateful morning, her family reported her missing to the New York City police. Yet the puzzle of how the petite Wanda Vejia could have transported Pamela's body from their apartment to the secluded wooded area perplexed investigators. After an exhaustive 2-year inquiry, sufficient evidence to charge anyone eluded the police, prompting the case's transfer to the Yonkers Police Department's Cold Case Unit in January 2022. During an interview, Wanda Vejia, now 41 years old, confessed to the crime. She admitted to shooting Pamela inside their shared Bronx apartment due to ongoing domestic issues, with assistance from John Torres, who provided her with the gun. In March 2022, both Wanda Vejia and John Torres were apprehended by the police. Torres faced serious charges, including second-degree criminal facilitation, first-degree prosecution hindering, and tampering with physical evidence, all classified as felonies. City of Yonkers Police Commissioner John J. Muller stated that the passage of time only reinforces their commitment to solving these heinous crimes after the arrests. The Yonkers police take pride in their dedication to victims and their families, doing everything possible to ensure justice is served. He expressed hope that these arrests would bring some peace of mind to Pamela's family and friends, and he commended the cold case detectives for their diligent efforts in resolving the case after many years. He also praised them, saying, "Good job." Wanda Vejia got 20 years to life in prison in June 2023 for killing Pamela Graddick. During the court proceedings, it was emotionally expressed by Pamela's sister, Tawana McClellan, that he had taken her sister from her and from all of them, and she hoped it would burn in his soul. In 1987, a mother of 2 young children who was in beauty school and was 29 years old lived in Bellingham, Washington. On April 25, 1987, she was last seen leaving Bellingham's La Paloma restaurant early in the morning. She was with a waiter named Mike Johnson, but she had no idea that his real name was Darren D. O'Neill. We never saw or heard from Wendy again. On May 2, 1987, someone in Eugene, Oregon, found her car sitting there by itself. There were O'Neill's prints inside. When the police checked Wendy's apartment after she went missing, they found signs of a fight, blood, male DNA, and bed sheets that had been wet. All points bulletins were sent out for O'Neill. He had only worked at the La Paloma restaurant for 2 days before he vanished after stealing liquor and emptying the cash register. The U.S. Customs Service took a picture of him going across the border into Canada. At the time, he was reportedly alone in the car. When police finally found O'Neill, he was already in jail for another crime. But without Wendy's body, detectives did not think they had enough proof to put O'Neill behind bars for killing Wendy. The case went cold until 2015, when the Bellingham Police Department got a report from the Washington State Patrol Crime Lab about the evidence they found at Wendy's house. The lab took the male DNA found at the crime scene and put it into files for the state and the whole country. They were able to match it with O'Neill's DNA just recently. Then, on March 1st, 2023, it was said that Darren D. O'Neill, who was 63 years old, was charged with killing Wendy Augie. He was sent to Washington State from Oregon, where he was given a life sentence for a different crime. He is in jail right now on a $10 million bond. O'Neill would not tell the police where to look for Wendy's body. O'Neill was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico, on February 26, 1960. He had to move to many places because he was in the Army, including Bavaria, Germany, and Fort Polk, Louisiana. When he got out of the Army on February 28, 1982, he started committing crimes. It all started in November 1984 in Colorado Springs, where people were being rude in public. A woman said that O'Neill hit her, but she disappeared, so the charges against him were dropped. O'Neill went to Puyallup, Washington, in 1987 and got a job driving a truck in Tacoma. On January 17, 1987, O'Neill saw a 14-year-old girl going to a convenience store along a freeway. He took the girl hostage, beat her up, and then let her go a few hours later. He then went to Edgewood, Washington, where he used the name Herb Johnson to get a job as a laminator. Robin Smith, who was 22 years old, died on March 27, 1987. Her body was found in O'Neill's car. The next day, on April 24, 1987, he killed Wendy Augie. After that, he went by the name John Mayo when he moved to Tennessee, and then Lakeland, Florida. On September 22, 1988, police stopped O'Neill for speeding, but he tried to get away, so they gave chase. After his car hit a curb, O'Neill tried to get away on foot, but he was soon caught. Fingerprint analysis proved that O'Neill was the person who was guilty of what happened to Robin Smith. In Robin's case, O'Neill agreed to plead guilty in January 1989 in return for a shorter time in prison. O'Neill got the most time he could get in jail under his plea deal, which was 27 years and 9 months. In Oregon, he was sentenced to 135 years in jail for all the times he hurt people and took them hostage. On June 22, 2019, there were reports of shots fired on Winship Street in Hartford, Connecticut. Hartford is the capital city of Connecticut, USA. It is known for its historical significance, being one of the oldest cities in the country. Hartford is associated with the insurance industry and boasts cultural landmarks such as the Wadsworth Atheneum and the Mark Twain House and Museum. It is situated along the Connecticut River. When police arrived at the location, they found a guy in his 30s who had been shot. He was taken to Hartford Hospital for emergency surgery. Since then, the man has healed from his injuries. The body of a second man was found in a nearby car. The man had been shot and killed. The man was named as Aris Diaz, who was 24 years old and lived in Avon, Connecticut. Aris' family offered a prize of $500,000 for information that would lead to her arrest and conviction. After a long investigation, the cops found that Gino McMahon, who is 35 and from Hartford, was a suspect. On June 13, 2023, McMahon was caught and charged with killing Aris. No one knows why, but both Aris and McMahon were connected with illegal drugs. Witnesses and DNA found on a hat near the crime scene tied McMahon to the scene of the crime. He is being held until he can pay bail, which is $3 million. He was due in court on July 10, 2023. According to the statement, Aris Diaz and Xavier Lugo, who was 31 at the time, were both shot on June 22, 2019, around 9:30 p.m. near 25 Winship Street, after they were in a car accident. Aris Diaz was shot in the head and was pronounced dead at the scene. Lugo was found about a block away with multiple gunshot wounds and was first reported as being in critical condition. Catherine Diaz, Eris's mother, expressed that they had worked and hoped for that day. She mentioned that they never gave up hope for the apprehension of the person who harmed her son and hoped they would be imprisoned. Catherine sincerely wished that removing the perpetrator from the streets would prevent other mothers from experiencing the loss of a child or loved one. She also acknowledged the dedication of many people in the criminal justice system who worked diligently for 4 years to assist her family in the healing process. What do you think of these cases? Let us know in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.